Have you seen that? There's those guys who like bunch of bodybuilders and they go like protein, protein. And they like
No.
drink it. It's pretty funny. It's
No?
good.
Okay.
It's good YouTube content.
Can I do coffee?
Yeah, coffee. I could use another coffee.
Yeah, protein rocks. Are you guys talking about protein? I love protein.
Protein rocks.
Protein.
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 Protein. Protein.
Somebody give this man some protein!
What's up, YouTube? Coach Dan, back at it. We are here with the beautiful Rachel, and we're going to talk protein today. We're going to talk protein because of the 3 macronutrients. This is the most important one. It should be the star of every meal if you want to get gains, bro. So, Rachel's going to tell you a little bit about why protein is the most important thing you should be consuming, and if you're not, what's going to happen, and if you do eat more, how it could change everything.
Well, yeah, for everyone, regardless of the amount or size of the gains that you're looking for.
Lots of
We talk about how there's 3 macronutrients, right? Protein, carbs, and fat. But when we look at them, they aren't all created equal. Protein is the foundation, the base of the pyramid. So your protein is constant for everyone, everywhere. And then fat and carbs are like a lever that you can use for your energy. But protein is essential. All proteins, whether it's meat or fish or dairy products or eggs, and some of beans and legumes have proteins in them too, but it's made up of these amino acids, and they are essential. That means you need them for life to exist, essential. And so different types of protein have different combinations of these essential amino acids, which is why it's nice to get a diversity of it. But when you talk about protein for macros, you've got 4 calories per gram of protein, and you want to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. Now, it's really important to say lean body mass, because if you weigh 300 pounds, you don't need to eat 300 pounds of protein. You want to feed the body that you want to have, right?
And by 300 pounds of protein, she meant 300 grams of protein.
Oh, yeah.
300 pounds of
Yes.
protein would be a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, exactly. So if you're a 300-pound human, typically you're not a lean human unless you're a bodybuilder on steroids. So you got to figure out kind of where your lean point is, and which is the weight that you typically want to be. So a 300-pound man probably wants to be around 200 pounds. He's looking at 200 grams of protein per day, broken down to in however many meals that he wants to consume in that day. The other reason why we love protein is because it's going to keep you satiated, which means it's going to keep you fuller longer. And when you do that, you're not going to eat as many carbs or fats, and it's going to be easier to keep you leaner long term. So another great reason to eat protein. Without protein, you're also not going to be able to rebuild the muscle that you want to build and help it grow stronger or bigger. It helps with the recovery process, again, making you look leaner and stronger in the gym. Another great reason. Lastly, protein actually increases your metabolism because it takes more energy for your body just to break it down and use it compared to carbs or fats. So again, all these are reasons why every single meal, the protein should be the star of the show, and then your carbs and fats, we work around that. It's also pretty hard to overeat protein. Most people can pretty self-regulate when they're eating protein, unless maybe you're one of those guys who can down like a 28-ounce tomahawk steak at one time, but I guarantee you nobody feels great after doing something like that, right?
Well, but you're also not eating anything else, either like with
Yeah,
that
good
meal
luck.
or for 24 hours afterwards, right? Like, yeah, you're just
That's
going to
what
be
I mean. It's pretty easy to
stuffed.
self-regulate, whereas like baked goods and stuff, people have a harder time self-regulating, and they could just eat a whole box of Oreos or some crap like that.
Yeah, so when you eat that protein, it gets broken down into these amino acids, and they go to a pool in your body, and then your body just pulls whatever it needs from the pool as it goes, as opposed to carbs and fat, which are used or stored for energy.
And then if you eat too many of them, used and stored as fat in your body, making you look fat. Not healthy.
Yeah.
Right?
So we want to answer some commonly asked questions, frequently asked questions, commonly asked questions. Some questions
probably frequent.
that some people have from about protein. So Dan just talked about how it's important to break down, like your body breaks down these proteins and it adds to your metabolism and that sort of thing. So what happens when we drink protein, like in like a protein shake instead of eating it? Like, does it still act the same way in your body?
Yes and no. So you will get, depending on the type of protein or protein shake, because you'll have either whey, which is from dairy, you'll have casein, but people don't do that as much anymore. And a lot of people are actually allergic to casein, which is a different part of milk. And then when you have your vegan sources, which we typically don't use just because they don't work as well unless you're vegan. And then we have beef protein, which is used from beef meat to make protein, which is more on the expensive side. But if you have some kind of dairy allergy, it works great as well. So you will get all the amino acids you need, and it's great if you're in a pinch or in a rush to get protein into your system, either before a workout, after workout, as breakfast, on the move. What it doesn't do is it doesn't keep you as satiated as if you're eating protein and you're chewing and you're breaking down those amino acids in your mouth and then consuming them. So there are pros and cons to it. Your body will absorb it a lot quicker, which is great for after workout when you want to get those amino acids right back into your muscles after you've broken them down. But if you're looking for something that's going to keep you full at dinner and making sure that you're not snacking late at night, then you're going to want to have something more like a steak that will keep you feeling more full long term. That's kind of the way I go about it. My protein shake consumption typically happens around workouts. It's also great for people who compete in different sports because you can digest it quicker. You can drink it a little bit closer to whatever you're doing, whether it's a workout or an event or a sport, and your body will digest it quicker and have that energy to use.
And then you compare it with carbs or fat or both. If you want to make it more like a meal, then you'd have a smoothie that also has like some blueberries and some almond butter or something in it to make it more like a well-rounded type of meal. Or if it's like right before, right after your workout, then you would probably just want carbs because, yeah, you don't want it sitting in your stomach. You want stuff that's going to be quick and easy to digest.
Yeah, the best way to recover after a workout is to have something like a 3-to-1 ratio of carbohydrate to protein. So a scoop of protein maybe gives you 20, depending on the brand, 20 to 30 grams of protein. And then you're going to want to have anywhere between 60 and 90 grams of carbs to replenish what you put out, help your body go through that recovery process. And then if you're taking something like creatine uptake is better with glycogen. So glycogen comes from the carbs. So if you put your scoop of creatine with whatever carb you're going to use, for instance, so you could put banana and honey in with the shake, then you're going to use that creatine better and your body's going to be able to recover a lot quicker. And then if you got multiple workouts in a day or multiple events, then it becomes even more important to get that in right after and get that recovery process started and get that glycogen back into your system.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that answers that. Drinking protein. I also like drinking protein, last kind of thought, as a replacement for like if you have, for some reason, have like a milkshake craving, I'll do chocolate protein and some
Even if I just have
chocolate element tea and a
yeah,
banana, and then you get like a
even if I
chocolate
just
banana
have
shake.
a chocolate craving, you know, in the afternoon, or like instead of reaching for that coffee, that second coffee, that third coffee, like, you know, a chocolate protein shake will probably do the trick as well, for sure.
That's every day for me. After my workout, chocolate protein shake.
Yeah, so good.
Okay, the next thing we've been asked, kids, food, protein, how should they be eating? You know what, my first kind of thing that I want to say is that most kids I see eating are eating crappy food, and it's kind of a disservice to the children, and especially if the parents are eating well and their kids are eating like crap, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah,
do you
for
think?
for sure. I know. Because to me, like, kids are just small people, right? So, like, they just eat the same food that adults do, just like literally the same food. So, like, the calorie requirements for kids is like 1,000 to 1,500 calories per day. So, like, why do we get grown women thinking that they need to eat the same amount as my, like, literal toddler who's like 35 inches tall and 35 pounds? You know what I mean? Like, if they need that many calories, like, are you actually feeding them enough calories? You know, and like, are they good quality calories? Like, I saw somewhere else that the recommended dietary intake for protein for kids is like 15 grams. What happened to a pound, like a pound per lean butt? Like, how is my kid supposed to put on muscle and build bones with 15 grams of protein a day? Like, it just, like, how?
I think so many things are backwards. Like, we could go down a whole rabbit hole of government government what their nutrition requirements are and their pyramid scheme of food, and it's kind of messed up. But you don't know where these kind of studies are funded from, whether it's like Coca-Cola. Listen, if you got a study from Coca-Cola, I'm guarantee you they're trying to make money on Coca-Cola, so they're going to be pushing some type of product or sugar, whatever. So that's not where I get my information from. Yeah, for sure. Kids are, first of all, are growing at all times, bones, muscles. They're also moving at an incredible rate all day long. Well, my kids are anyway. So why would they not need protein to be able to recover from all the stuff they're trying to do? And why would we not feed them something that is giving them the building blocks of the movement that we're trying to, incorporate into their lifestyle, right?
Listen, our kids eat the same thing we do. I'm going to tell you the secret. This is the same food that we eat for literal years. And
Don't
the same
make your
food,
kids their own meals. Why would you do that? That's
and the
so
same
much
food
work.
that we feed our kids. So we have eggs for breakfast with ham and cheese and strawberries and maybe some toast to go along with it. And then we have a burger or chicken thighs and sweet potato and apple for lunch. They'll often have a protein shake with blueberries and yogurt and the same protein powder.
And Daddy sneaks
that
some creatine.
Yeah,
into
I
the
know.
protein shake.
On the weekends, he makes like a smoothie, and then they're like all over him, and he's like spoon feeding him this like slushy. Anyways, and then they eat what we're having for dinner. So they have steak for dinner, or chicken for dinner, or salmon for dinner, and they have rice, and like sometimes they eat their vegetables and sometimes they don't. But you know what they don't eat? Bear paws, goldfish, junk fish.
Any
Like,
type
you
of
know what I mean?
cereal.
Like,
Cereal is the number one
but also, why do
cause
you
of
need to eat
sugar
food?
eating kids.
Yeah, for sure. Cereal's garbage. But why do you need to eat food out of a package when you're in your home? Like, that's what a refrigerator's for. You know what I mean? Like, you're opening up a
I don't
package
know.
of something, but you're like,
why don't you
in
let
your
us know in the
home.
comments why you do it? Are
Sorry.
you lazy, or maybe your lifestyle doesn't? Maybe you are busy and you have a crazy job, and maybe both husband and wife have crazy jobs, and you're just trying to survive. And I get it, but I think if you make it anything a priority, then you can make the changes needed to make sure that your kids are eating healthy and they're getting what they need on a daily basis. I think
Exactly.
that half of the issues with stuff like ADHD and whatnot is because kids are just hopped up on sugar and their body doesn't know how
artificial
to
flavors,
process it.
artificial colors and dyes, like.
Yeah, this is not stuff that's natural for any human to consume. Never mind a human that's brain's developing at a rapid rate and continually changing. If anything, they need more micronutrients than we need to be able to survive and feel good on a daily basis. So,
And I'm not saying my kids don't get treats and stuff.
No,
They eat
that's
one of
not what
those
I'm saying
chocolate-dipped,
either.
gluten-free granola
but
bars.
90% of their diet is going to be clean. It's going to be whole
Yeah,
food
and-
stuff that their body is.
And they
supposed
have
to eat.
ice cream. They have flavored yogurt, because that little bit of sugar that's in that whole food and all the benefits that are coming along with it, it's not isolated sugar, just, you know what I mean? Like on its own, it's part of like a meal. And so, yeah, it's not like they're never getting sugar or, like.
No, I think if you, if you tell them they can't have anything ever again, then they're going to go find it somewhere else. But it's just teaching them why. My 6-year-old knows why that he doesn't want to eat icing that's fluorescent pink, because that crap ain't good for you no matter who you are. So
Yeah.
right?
Anyways, yeah.
Well,
That's-
if you guys liked it, leave us a comment below. Let us know if you have any other nutrition related questions. I could rant on protein all day, but I hope this gets you somewhere. If you're having issues with your kids and what they should be eating, then drop us a DM. You can email us at hello@radixgym.com, and we can talk to you all about our nutrition club and what we're doing with the people and kids in our program. We'd love to hear from you. As always, it's super fun. I don't feel like getting up, but you should go smash the camera. Tell them, subscribe. If you don't subscribe,
And eat
you can't
butter.
do this.
This is
Yes.
the protein episode, but we'll do a whole episode about butter.